Hello, my name is Mike, and welcome back to Dragon Age Inquisition. Last time we visited the Fade against our will, and we had to spend a bit of time there trying to figure out how we were going to escape. And eventually we found the exit, and we all escaped with our lives, except for the Grey Warden companion Stroud that we had. He was a temporary companion, and we had to leave him behind. So, for all I know, Stroud, sadly, is dead, and I'm not going to see him again. And the champion of Kirkwall, he has left my party, he has left the city, he's got other important business to attend to. So I guess it's up to me to keep leading this group to victory. We have a mission in store for us. We need to go attend a ceremonious ball, a banquet of sorts. However, I don't think I have enough power. It says I require 30 power to attend this ball, and I currently have 9, so I might need to do a couple of other quests before I'm able to do this. But before we do that, let's talk to some of these companions and see how they're doing.
Inquisitor. I have been thinking. You remember everything now, yes? The explosion at Haven, the Fade, escaping the breach. In your report, you said Justinia was with you. But only you emerged in the end. Why? Why were you the only survivor?
Well, to tell you the truth, I left her behind, at her will.
She knew it was either her or me. And she wanted me to live.
Of course. Of course she did. That's just like her. Her message to me. I failed you too. I'm not sure I understand what that means. Did she say anything else? Anything at all? Please, if you remember.
Wait. You don't know what she meant either.
There are no answers in the Fade. Only illusions. A warped mirror. Justinia has never failed me. I was her left hand. Now she's dead. I failed her.
She seems to have a lot of self-doubt and a lot of emotional conflict. I don't know if there's any way I can resolve that. Sorry I can't give you more closure, Liliana. It just is what it is.
What we learned at Adamant concerns me. The hero Ferelden and I have been together for years. I nearly lost him to the Archdemon. He's looking for a way to stop the calling from taking him, as it does every Grey Warden. But if Corypheus has power over the Wardens, my love could be in danger.
I completely forgot that the hero of Ferelden, the first Mike, was a Grey Warden. Yes, I'm glad that as far as I know, he is unaffected.
If you two are still together, why isn't he here?
His quest took him far to the west, to lands that have never known the Blight. But Justinia needed me here. I owed her that much. My love and I are never truly apart. When this is all over, I will join him again. And this time, nothing will come between us.
I hope that's true. For your sake and his. He deserves to be happy. You two are happy, right?
Were the two of you happy together in the years after the Blight?
Happier than you could imagine. The only shadow over our love was knowing that one day I would lose him to the calling. His quest is for me as much as for him. He knows how much I've lost.
What makes him think he can stop the calling?
It has been done before. Grand Enchanter Fiona was once a warden, but something took all trace of the calling from her. A warden mage named Avernus also found a way to prolong his life with magic. It wasn't much, but enough to stop the hunt. He will find a way. I have faith in him.
Oh, so Mike 1, the hero of Ferelden, is trying to find a way to resist the calling. That would probably help the Grey Wardens.
What would you like to do?
I do not know where the hero of Ferelden is precisely, but I know how to get a message to him. He may have information that helps the Inquisition. At worst, it will do no harm. I will draw up a plan in the war room. Thank you.
I'm glad I was able to provide a bit of emotional comfort for you. Dorian, how are you doing?
You have remarkably little here on early to winter history.
Does that bother you?
All these gifts to the Inquisition, and the best they can do is the Malefica Imperio. Trite propaganda. But if you want 20 volumes on whether Divine Galatea took a shit on Sunday, this is evidently the place to find it.
If I knew what you were looking for, I could help you.
Because you're a mage? Considering education standards in the South, that's hardly a recommendation.
What crawled up your butt?
I apologize. That was unworthy. Did I see something by genitivi here? I could have sworn.
What is this about, Dorian?
What else could it be about? What happened at Adamant, of course. We went into the Fade. Physically went in. Are you... all right?
We did lose Stroud, though. That's probably my biggest regret.
Stroud is gone.
The Fade is an ordeal under normal circumstances. To be the only real thing there, beyond description. Corypheus and his contemporaries entered the Fade and began the Blights. In comparison...
I guess we should consider ourselves lucky, huh?
You're right. I was fortunate.
Indeed. Although there is cause for concern. If you can walk in the Fade, others will try to follow. Who knows what secrets Corypheus has revealed? Not all of them will be as lucky as you. What they could unleash. My advice? Keep this quiet. Let them speculate. Too many will see this as a challenge.
You don't number among them?
It's tempting, but I'm no fool. There are enough idiots in the world who think if they just use enough blood magic, their problems will vanish. It's exactly the sort of thing I want to stop back home. This I don't need. What I do need is a copy of the Liberalum. I'll wager I can find Corypheus's real name. If I can prove he was a grasping ankle-biter with no family to speak of, the luster would come right off. Wish me luck.
I do wish you luck, Dorian. Good luck destroying his image. I don't think that's the biggest threat concerning him, but any advantage we can get over him is welcome. Yeah, I wasn't sure about Dorian at first. I thought, there's no way he's going to be as good as Solus. Solus is probably going to be my mage, but Solus and I just do not see eye to eye on hardly anything. But more and more, I'm finding myself agreeing with Dorian and getting along with him. Solus, I have not taken you on very many missions lately, because you kind of get under my skin a little bit.
I cannot believe the Grey Wardens could even conceive of such a plan. To seek out these old gods deliberately, in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
This coming from the guy who thinks it's okay to deal with demons and spirits and blood magic and all that stuff.
And calling the army of demons. That's my favorite part.
The demons are nothing. They're a tool.
Uh-huh.
A tool that would have let Corypheus ride roughshod over most of Orlais.
Even if they hadn't, the entire idea is wrong. The Blight is not something one smugly outsmarts. Forgive me. The entire idea is unnerving.
That's all you gotta say on the matter, huh? That's fine.
Tell me something. Do you care about anything in the world beyond the Fade?
The Inquisitor turns his hawk-like gaze to me, penetrating deep into my most secret desires. Only not. I care deeply for many things beyond the Fade. Just not you.
You and I don't get along. I don't really care. As long as you're not my enemy, you don't have to be my friend.
Well, at least you're polite about it.
You did ask. I am powerless to hide anything from the keen eye of the Inquisition.
Alright, talk to you later, Solus.
I knew Stroud, not well. He saved Hawke's little brother from the Blight.
I heard about that.
Not many people knew who he was, but the man was a hero when it mattered. He wasn't the first good man to fall to Corypheus. He won't be the last. This story's no good for heroes.
You must be glad that Hawke made it back in one piece.
Yeah, closest thing I've ever seen to a miracle there. Oh, Hawke asked me to tell everyone back in Kirkwall where he's going. I'll have to let Merrill know. I'd better write some letters. Excuse me.
Alright, I'll leave you to your grief. I suppose not everyone could be feeling overjoyed about what we've accomplished. We've done a lot. We have gotten a lot of things done. But we did lose one or two good people along the way. And we might lose more, because there are more prisoners for us to judge. Alright, I don't know who it's going to be. Ooh, probably that mayor from Crestwood? There might be more besides him, but let's judge these folks.
Adamant's influence continues, your worship. I submit Lord Livius Erimond of Virantium, who remains loyal to Corypheus. We found him alive, offering extreme resistance, likely because the Order will ask for his head. In more colorful terms.
Oh, this guy.
To say nothing of justice you might personally require for what was suffered in the Fade.
I'm not the kind of person to torture people out of vengeance.
Many places felt the pain of Adamant. You will answer for a great deal.
I recognize none of this proceeding. You have no authority to judge me.
On the contrary, many officials have communicated that they will defer to the Inquisitor on this matter.
Because they fear. Not just Corypheus, but Tevinter, rightful ruler of every piece of ground you trod in your pathetic life. I serve a living god. Bring down your blades and free me from the physical. Glory awaits me.
Once again, I can make him tranquil, which is kind of a fate worse than death. But really, if anyone deserves to be tranquilized, jail him and lose the key. No, that would be a burden on our resources. Either he dies by my sword, give him to the wardens. No, I don't think so. We're making him tranquil. This guy he's shown no signs of remorse, so whatever, make him tranquil.
You are the worst of us. The damage you have done is beyond all reckoning. A mage's crime, a mage's punishment. Lord Livius Erimond of Arantium, I deny you death. Tranquility.
You cannot! I am a lord, you pissants! I will not lose myself!
Well, that was not the most... Well, none of these decisions that I make when I sit in this dang chair are any fun. Alright, bring on the next one.
Another of the lingering pains of adamant, your worship. Ruth is a senior warden of the Order.
Oh, okay.
She was one of the many who slit the throat of another to bind a demon. She does not contest this. In fact, she surrendered to us. She requests no mercy. She wants the public justice of the headman's axe.
Sounds like she feels remorse.
You're very serious about this. Is more death the answer?
There is no excuse for my actions. I murdered another of the Order. That blood marks me more than the Blight ever could.
Accepting their actions while thralls of Corypheus, many treaties allow wardens any extreme if it opposes the Blight.
I can't do it. I can't use the greater good to justify my crimes, as if it would create a future I could be a part of. It is wrong that this broke me. I've done worse with full sanction. I can do nothing except be an example of the cost.
I could say Andraste forgives you. Would she even respond positively to that? Would she be receptive to that? If she... Grey Wardens aren't necessarily members of the Chantry. Is she a person who believes in the faith? I won't judge a warden. Jail her, go to the deep roads. That would be an appropriate punishment for a Grey Warden. That's what they eventually end up doing anyway. Public humiliation, then. Ugh. I don't... Andraste forgives you. Let's see if she bites on this.
The Inquisition stands for faith. Our work has greater purpose. Sometimes we need a reminder. So, Ruth, the Herald of Andraste forgives you in her name. Find peace in that.
Your worship, I will try.
Yeah, I've made too many decisions that result in people being tranquilized or exterminated, so let's not do that to everybody, especially to people who show a little bit of remorse.
Mayor Gregory Dedrick of Crestwood is present for betraying his own constituents.
There we go.
He confesses that, 10 years ago, he flooded Old Crestwood to kill refugees and villagers touched by the Blight. The mayor claims it was to spare the rest of Crestwood, but we only have his word.
Well, we can't let this go unpunished. It's a severe crime.
What he did can't be overlooked, no matter the motive.
There's no cure for the Blight. But I couldn't convince anyone to leave a sick child or husband behind.
So you herded the infected into one place and flooded Old Crestwood. Were no innocents caught in the waters?
Nearly everyone in the village had the Blight. I swear it. Have mercy. I couldn't tell the survivors I'd drowned their own families to save them. I couldn't.
I don't think this is worthy of death, even though he did cause the death of many innocent people. Yeah, I can understand why he did it. It wasn't a crime out of malice. It seemed to be a strategic thing, and I can't say for certain that I wouldn't have done the same in his shoes. Would the Grey Wardens accept him? I don't think jailing him is going to be the best solution. Again, and that would tie up resources. We could exile him or give him to the Grey Wardens. I suppose... Yeah, I suppose the Grey Wardens wouldn't be a bad choice.
The Blight was your undoing. Let it also be your means of redemption. I give you to our allies in the Grey Wardens, to fight Darkspawn until the calling takes you.
I don't deserve the honor, your worship, but I'll do my best.
If he survives the ritual that kills most Grey Wardens, then I guess maybe he'll eventually become a decent Grey Warden. Is that it? Are we done? We're done for now. Okay, let's go talk to our other allies and see what they have to say for now. This judgment that I've had to pass out to captured enemies, this is an interesting take on it. You don't normally get the option. Normally the enemies just die and you forget about them, but having to met out punishments that are appropriate and also strategic and don't make you seem like either a wimp or a monster, this is an interesting way of doing it. I like this. Yo, Bull!
Again. Again. Come on! This is why the Qun doesn't like women fighting. I should have asked Cullen.
Good one. Perhaps you can take over.
Qunari training exercise to master your fear. I heard about the nightmare at Adamant. Sounded big.
I could tell him to talk things through. No, he seems to be kind of dead set on this.
All right.
There we go. Oh, yeah. Damn demon. Who's stuck in the Fade, huh?
I didn't even bring you into the Fade.
Bull, if you're scared of demons...
Less talking, more hitting. Piece of Fade, piece of crap! And who killed you? That's right, Iron fucking Bull! I needed that. Thanks, boss.
Yeah. If you need someone to whack you with a stick a couple more times, that's kind of beneath me, but I'll do it for a friend.
Anytime.
Well, that was an interesting thing that just happened. Let's talk to somebody else who's a little more mentally stable. Well, I'm sure he's mentally stable enough for a Qunari.
Writing does not come naturally to me, as I'm certain you can imagine.
I don't know why I would assume that. You competing with Varric to see who could spin the biggest tale?
Trying to outdo Varric's next literary masterpiece.
I haven't his talent for blather. As if written by a dim-witted child. Historians will one day ask what happened at Adamant Fortress, in the Fade. I was there. I saw it with my own eyes. It must be recorded.
That is probably a good idea, yeah. No, actually thinking back to what Dorian just said, that could be used against us.
What you write could be used against the Inquisition.
And everything else we do paints us in such an innocent light. Do not be concerned. I am a poor writer, but not unaware of the weight my words might carry. I still don't know what to say about the spirit of the divine. I saw her there, heard her voice, yet I cannot claim with certainty it was really her. The Chantry teaches us that the souls of the dead pass through the Fade, so it could have been her, yet even so.
You know what they say, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck. She was kind like the divine, she was gentle like the divine, and she was selfless, just like the divine.
I believe it was the divine. She helped us one last time.
I hope that's true. I want to believe it. When I realized we were physically in the Fade, I was terrified, almost beyond reason. The last time such a thing happened, we created Darkspawn. We created Corypheus. The world needs to know the truth this time. No more legends lost to the ages.
I won't stop you from writing about it. It's certainly good to have this information written down somewhere. But like Dorian says, just be careful. That information could be put in the wrong hands and used against us. I found Sera. She's got her own little corner here at the tavern. Almost like she's been living here for all I know. It's not a bad spot. Got a great view. Didn't realize that the tavern had rooms available, though. Not rooms like this.
Sera, about Adamant and what happened in the Fade.
I know. I know why she did that. Wait, I have 3 options here, and they're all, why did you just swing at me? But I know why she swung at me.
A good shot. Why are you angry?
Shut up and listen, yeah? Never again. You hear me? Everyone is pretending it made sense. Demons and visions and all of it. The Fade isn't real. And I saw nothing. Nothing. They were like little empty things. Like there's nothing in the dark. No point. Stupid, right? That shouldn't be scary, like it was. I'd have taken spiders. Like you. You're scared of spiders. All of them. Even little ones.
What? Yes, all of them. Are you not? They've got 2 body sections and 8 legs. What creature needs that many legs?
Pretty much scared of all spiders, yes.
That's no good. I mean, they're everywhere. I bet even right here, just crawling with those legs and hairy eyes. That's probably not helping. It's stupid to think about anyway. Everybody going on about imaginary stuff when real people died. Probably. Stroud, yeah? Lost a serious mustache there. And in trade, a busted down bunch of wardens. And they're always weird. Usually, bad stuff happens first, so you're glad when the hero shows up. But wardens are the wrong way round.
Someone has to have a plan. How else do you fight something that big?
Is it planning when legends show up? That's what they used to be. Just stories about griffons and stuff. I wonder what other made-up rubbish is just someone's plan we don't know about. Could do with less. Blackwall's nice, though. Different from the adamant ones. Need more like him.
Well, you seem to have an opinion on Blackwall. I don't know how you were able to form an opinion on that guy when he's just essentially a blank slate with no personality. Speaking of which, I should probably go find him and see if he's got anything interesting to say. Blackwall, chopping lumber, I see.
Someone I knew once described Adamant to me. Adamant is, and always will be, the Order, he said. A guardian on the edge of the abyss. The lone soul that stares into oblivion and doesn't waver. That's what Warden Commander Clarel tried to be. Well, they all tried to be. I'm told her wardens never wavered. They went to their deaths willingly. They died for us. And Corypheus twisted their sacrifice to make it his own.
Yup, that's pretty much what happened.
We stopped him. We saved most of the wardens.
But not all of them. And they died thinking they were doing something good. There's no one to blame but Corypheus. Even Clarel's intentions were righteous. Her desire to protect was so great it led her astray. It's not right. To want to do good, to be good, and have that turned against you.
You're right, it's a horrible situation to be in. There's not much we can do about it, though.
Don't think of what went wrong. Think of their intentions, their sacrifice. Honor their selflessness.
Clarel made mistakes, but she was a great woman. And she died a great woman. It's not the armor or the trappings of the Order. It's not the joining. At the heart of it, all a warden is a promise. To protect others, even at the cost of your own life.
It sounds like he's got some strong feelings on what it means to be a warden, but we already knew that much about him. Is there nothing else you have? There's gotta be more depth to your character somewhere down there.
This is just... it's something to keep their hands busy. I'm grateful you tracked me down when you did. As exciting as wandering the woodlands was, this is better. It's good to be part of something so important. Something that could change things.
I figured you would be used to being part of something important like the Wardens.
The Grey Wardens are huge and important. You're part of that.
True, but without a blight on the horizon, everything the Wardens do feels like waiting. This, the Inquisition, is what matters now. And I'm grateful to be a part of it. You are who you choose to follow. Someone told me that once.
Took me years to understand what he meant.
It makes sense. We are influenced by the people around us, and we stand on the shoulders of giants.
There's wisdom in that.
It was a chevalier who said those words to me. A powerful man, but never without honor. A true knight. We met as competitors in the Grand Tourney. He left me with that advice before we parted. Put aside his own ambitions to help me win the melee. I don't think I even thanked him.
That must have been generous of him. Sounds like he was quite a person.
That was generous of him.
He said I stood to gain everything, while he'd lose nothing. When it was over, he offered to mentor me, to teach me to become a chevalier like him. And I, young and stupid, turned him down flat. I just won the melee at the Grand Tourney. I didn't need him. I should have gone with him. Perhaps things could have been different.
You're here now, a Grey Warden. It worked out.
I suppose it did, didn't it? But I'm older, hopefully wiser. And I think I've chosen the right person to walk with.
Oh, who is it? Not gonna tell me, huh? Very well, I'll talk to you later, Blackwall. I know there is some depth to your character, you just gotta dig down deep to find it. Now where's Cole? I think Cole is the only companion I haven't talked to yet. He's always so difficult to find. Oh yes, Cullen, how could I have forgotten about you?
Inquisitor, I've found where the Red Templars come from. They're in full redoubt. The Knights were fed red lyrium until they turned into monsters. Samson took over after their corruption was complete.
How do you know Samson?
He was a Templar in Kirkwall, until he was expelled from the Order. I knew he was an addict, but this... Red lyrium is nothing like the lyrium given by the Chantry. Its power comes with a terrible madness.
So I have heard.
The Red Templars swarming Haven were proof enough.
We cannot allow them to gain strength. The Red Templars still require lyrium. If we find their source, we can weaken them and their leader.
Okay, if there are a couple of solid deposits you want us to destroy, we might be able to do that.
Where do we begin?
Caravans of red lyrium are being smuggled along trade roads. Investigating them could lead to where it's being mined. If you confront them, be wary. Anything connected to Samson will be well guarded.
Okay, if this is a quest, then I think we can do it. But if it's just more boring busy work, then maybe we'll pretend we never had this conversation. Let's try and find Cole.
Strangest thing, when I reached down, my dagger was gone. Just gone. Know where I found it? In a barrel. The thing was filled to the brim with daggers. Got the strangest feeling. I know someone took it right off my belt, but I can't recall who.
I think I may have found a lead.
No. But you like demons. I enjoy the company of spirits, yes, which is part of why I do not abuse them with bindings. It isn't abuse if I ask. Not always true. Also, I do not practice blood magic, which renders this entire conversation academic.
Sup?
He won't bind me. He's a mage and he likes demons, but he won't help.
Man, what conversation have I walked into?
Cole, do not ask the mages to bind you in a blood magic rite. That's an order.
You don't understand. If Solus won't do the ritual to bind me, someone else could. Will. Like the Warden mages, and then... I'm not me anymore. Walls around what I want. Blocking, bleeding, making me a monster.
Every time I have a conversation with this guy, I question my own judgment. What if the binding changes you?
Isn't it extreme for Solus to bind you? What if that takes away the part of you that makes you... you?
Helping makes me who I am. I help the hurting. That is what I do. All I do. Am. Me. And if binding you erases your mind? Your consciousness? You wouldn't make me hurt innocent people. I don't want to hurt innocent people again.
Well, at least your intentions are noble. Well, you know what? Don't worry. We will protect you. You stick with us. You don't have anything to worry about. You can keep on helping people.
We'll find a way to keep you safe without binding you, Cole.
I have a suggestion, if Cole is ready to listen. I recall stories of amulets used by Raveni seers to protect spirits they summoned from rival mages. A spirit, wearing an amulet of the Unbound, was immune to blood magic and binding. It should protect Cole as well. The resources of the Inquisition could be used to find such a talisman.
Good. They will not take me.
So, between you and me, Solus, does that thing actually exist? Oh, it does? Okay, then sure. I'll get my people on that right away. We'll find that amulet for Cole. Sure, why not?
And what else did Lady Forsythia say? That she'd rather drown herself than help the Inquisition. Anything else?
So it's a soft maybe?
She said she'd have us flogged alive if we allied with her brother. Cheer up, Josie. We at least have her attention. You always do find the brighter side of things. We are in the midst of cementing an alliance with Lady Forsythia of Navarra, your worship. It's become a somewhat delicate task.
What do you need me to do? Because I can delegate resources to it if we need to.
Can I do anything to help negotiations?
Thank you, but I believe I have matters in hand. I dissuaded her from sending soldiers when she learned we'd struck an accord with a brother she's feuding with. Lady Forsythia simply employs a colorful manner of speech.
I hope it doesn't grind your gears.
Dealing with so many demanding, strong-willed people can't be easy.
It's no less intense than my days at court, Inquisitor, I assure you. But I confess I do miss my staff from the embassy in Antiva. It was always useful to discuss the day's visitors with them.
I suppose I'm free. I'll lend you my ear, my long, pointy ear.
I have time, if you'd like to review things with me.
I wouldn't wish to impose.
If it were imposing, I wouldn't have offered.
Well, I admit there are a few potential alliances it would be good to discuss.
I'm happy to talk with you. It's a lot more exciting than some of the other things.
Right on the parlor floor, in front of everyone at the soiree. Who does such a thing in front of their guests?
The Duke of Kellington, apparently.
And then there's Cole's lurking. It frightens our guests half to death. Lord Gennard still won't respond to our letters. And Sera, can she not find a single overshirt with that mustard stains on it? Then there's Dorian. The man refuses to take anything seriously unless it suits its whim. Not to mention... Oh goodness. Have we been here an hour already?
2.5 hours, I think, but no one's counting.
Oh, dear. I didn't intend to go on for so long. You must think me quite the gossip.
Oh, that's your job, isn't it?
Spending time with such an engaging woman is never unpleasant, Lady Montillier.
Goodness. I'm glad I haven't wasted your day. Well, I've taken up quite enough of your time already. Until next time, Your Worship.
Yes, I'll talk to you again later. I'm such a shameless flirt, but I love it so much. It's so fun. Okay. Back to business. Let's go to the war room and do some war.